foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Rikakwadash.
double honor to the apostle and great millstone that ruled well, and salutations to the icon teaching the truth of the folk on earth, Tron City, love the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, and the very few sisters that listen as well, man. So, this GMS Chicago camp coming with another installment. This the brother Manakia.
Kaparia, a.k.a. Pops.
Asha.
And we always sit in the backyard doing the little spiritual sit-downs, and we basically going into a lesson about we have to have tough skin to win. Hey, with the times that we approaching, with Jacob trouble, martial law, with famine, all these things require tough skin. And if you can't endure the things that you're going through now, how do you think to expect to have the tough skin in the times to come? Because this is what's building us up. This is what is going to require us to be men. That's what Job said, man. You got the Job, Pops?
Yeah, I got the third. The gird up thy loins.
Come.
Okay, this is Job 38:3. Gird up now thy loins like a man. Why would demand of thee an answer, thou me?
See, a man is. You want me to break?
No, you break it down. Go ahead.
A man is gonna stand up and actually take care of business, man. No matter if things is falling, no matter if things is hard. Yeah, sometimes you get frustrated and this and that, but still, he's gonna get the job done, and that's what we are required to do. We are required, even when Job was on the scene, man. He went through what? His family leaving, affliction on his body, his kid losing his kids. And it's going to be many brothers lose their kids and have ailments. Many brothers have ailments in the truth. But guess what? We have to endure those things. Because guess what? Without us enduring and being true men, we're going to become weak men. And we're not going to, and the Lord don't require weak men. The Lord require leaders and strong men to lead good men, man, in the days to come. So you'll get to Timothy.
Yes, 2 Timothy.
Then I got.
I was cruising through that. That was good to me. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Just like in 2 Timothy 2 and 3, it says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahawashi Hamashiach." And that's plain. Like the elder brother was going into, we're gonna be pressed on every side for everything. They're gonna turn it up, and because we got a little time left, so the devil gonna turn up that great wrath, pursuing the Revelation 12 and 12. So everything's gonna come at you full force. It's not gonna be anything that you can run from or backtrack from. So you're gonna have to endure it. You have to face it, like the elder brother said, and you got to man up as a soldier. The soldiers are confronted with all types of horrific stuff in the battlefield. So when he's talking about being a soldier, he means all of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And that's not in war, but
Right.
Guess what? Even with the Lord,
Right.
hey, when we come when the Passover come every year, man, hey, the Lord told us with the eat and gird up your loins as a man. See, you don't come to the Lord with a weak nature at all, man. They tell you that. And as a matter of fact, let me get it. It's Exodus 12, and let's start at 8. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire. And it's not talking about swine, people. This is talking about a lamb, man. It say, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. And eat not in raw or nor shot it, at which the water but roast with fire, meaning you got to cook it all the way. And the hair with his legs with the preparation thereof,
The Puritans.
preparative of Salakia, in its natural form. It say, and you shall let nothing of it remain to the morning, meaning you can't have nothing left over, and that which remain of it until the morning you shall burn with the fire. And ye shall eat it with your loins girded up, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. That's standing as a man. So when we approach the days of the Lord even require certain years and certain days throughout the year to be a man, man. That's the whole purpose of being in the truth. It say, and you shall eat in the haste as the Lord passed over, man. Because we are literally we passed the Passover, first of all. But guess what? We living in the time of Egypt right now. Where the Lord is what? Finna pass us over.
Well, like I said, when it said, read that part again about when the Lord passed over.
It's Exodus 12 and 11. It saying, "Thou shalt eat it with your loins girded up, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste, as is the Lord's, as the Lord is passing over."
Well, see, when the Lord was passing over, that was speaking of Yahawashi, and there was a lot of death in the land.
Yeah.
Okay, so since there was a lot of death in the land, or whatever the case might be, they was hearing, the sounds of people dying, households that, like I said, the firstborns of the Egyptians were dying that night. Okay, everything of the firstborn of the Egyptians was dying that night. Cattle, people, everything else. So that was a screeching time. It tells you that in the apocrypha that it was so thick, the darkness was so thick that you could cut it. Basically, you could feel it. It was that in front of you. So in the midst of that and all those shrieks and everything that was going on, the Israelites that was even inside their own dwellings was having to hear this death come through the land.
Man.
Okay, so
Terrified.
yeah, so motherfuckers, like you said, Ash, motherfuckers were terrified. They was losing it, and in the process of motherfuckers losing it in the middle of the night like that, and these types of things, the men had to, women ain't built for that.
Nah.
So the men had to keep everybody's head on right.
That's right.
Okay, don't freak out and lose it now.
Right.
I sent Moses down here because I heard y'all prayers. Y'all said y'all wanted out this shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, well, guess what? I don't pull a motherfucker out with gumdrops and lollipops and shit like that.
Not at all.
I bring a smack down to death.
That's right. hey, not to interrupt you, Quan, but hey, that's the same thing that's about to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear screaming, yelling, or killing out, or gunshots out your window, you can't be weak in that day.
Right.
So if you can't endure, losing your job now, or fucking your bitch leaving, how you gonna endure the times to come, man? You gotta have tough skin to win.
That's it. Absolutely. And that's the thing. You have to be built for that because, like you said, the Lord. Let me see. Kindled. Let me get that kindled. Kindled. Is it? Hope I spelled it right. Somebody. Okay. Let me see. Kindled.
Kindle already on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. Get that and pull it up, puppy.
This Luke 12 and 49. It says, "I have come to send fire on the earth, and will I, if it already be kindled."
Hold on. First of all, look. Let's understand. That's in red.
Yeah.
So let's understand who's talking.
Right.
In John it says, all things was created by him, and no things wasn't.
Right.
So everything was created by Yahawashi. So when he says he's gonna bring a fire, okay, so you ain't looking at this ain't the Eddie Murphy joke in the backyard with almost a fucking half of fucking a bottle of fucking lighter fluid.
Right.
Hit the torch and boom. Oh, that's a fire.
That's a
now
fire.
that ain't no fire compared to the Lord.
That's right.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying. So in the midst of that, when all this shit is hitting the fan, because the Lord said it's already the shit already be hitting the fan when I show up and say, now the party begins.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, now the party gets real.
Yeah.
You thought the party was real? The motherfuckers was being left on the corner of the streets dead.
That's
Motherfuckers
right.
was stepping over them. Rats was coming out the thing. Dogs was ganging up on bodies and shit that's laying down the street and eating it, and this, that, and the other.
Man.
You think that was rough?
Right.
Let me show you what rough gets like when the creator of everything shows up.
That's right.
You can't picture it. You can't imagine it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Out.
You want to read it again?
Yeah, I got one. You
Okay,
got
go ahead.
I was gonna get that Revelation.
Get to Revelation.
Is it Revelation 2 and 10 or 3 and 10?
Is it 3 and 10?
3 and 10 going to
No, was it 2 and 10? You know, one where he is that some of us get thrown in jail. What is that?
I'll be headed.
Yeah.
2 and 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
2010.
Revelation 2 and 10. And this is why we talk about having that tough skin to win. He says, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, Yahweh shall cast some of you into prison.
Mm-hmm.
So when they throw your ass in jail, that's not going to be pretty. You know what I mean? They're going to snatch your ass out of wherever you at. You know what I mean? Lock you up. I don't know, you know, some of us brothers have been incarcerated, and it ain't been no nice feeling when they handcuff you, throw your ass to the ground. And you know what I mean? So, you know.
Or like you say, when you hear that thunk, you know, like, okay,
Right.
I ain't out this motherfucker till Bond show up.
Exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's what they did to Paul.
absolutely.
They threw Paul, and an angel had to come get him.
Exactly.
So you gotta have that faith even in that day, even now, because regardless of the fact, if you don't have that tough skin, how you gonna win?
How you gonna win? Right.
Because niggas fall in prison.
Man, other day. Right.
Hey.
Man,
Niggas didn't know nothing about fucking spirituality. Try to find it then.
Immediately.
Somebody give me a Bible.
I believe by my brothers.
Niggas love to go to jail to get spiritual.
It gets spiritual.
Right.
I want to tell you my life around.
Right.
Hey, if you get me out of this jam, I'll never fuck up and do that dumb shit again.
Exactly. It says that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. It says, but be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now, this 10-day period, you know, y'all can expound on that, because 10 days.
Well,
It can literally be 10 days.
Yeah.
So
It could be longer.
It could be 10. It could actually be 10 days. You know, like I said, because you think about it, most motherfuckers can't go through a day without eating. Or 2. Like I said, sometimes you can get to about 3 or 4, you know, whatnot, if you're just drinking on some water or whatever. But like I said, by the time you get to day 10 or whatever and whatnot, you might be ready to lose it and fucking eat something abominable just to get your stomach to not touch your back no more. You know, the front of your stomach touching your backbone and shit. Niggas say, I gotta eat something to get this up off me, and this, that, and the other, and whatnot. That's why he could say that. Like I said, you know, not taking into consideration that Yahawashi himself went on a 40-day fast.
Right.
Okay. So he went on a 40-day fast and whatnot. And when he was at his weakest point is when Satan showed up. He let him get the fast in first. Now I show up.
Now I show up. You hungry, huh? First thing he tips you with, you like that brisket?
That brisket.
But most people fold under that type of pressure.
Exactly.
Only through the strength of Yahawashi you gonna make it. But you gotta have that tough mentality to make it. You know what I mean? You got to, you know, you like the elder brothers is going to. You got to be mentally, physically, emotionally tough, because it's gonna be a whirlwind that comes at you. You know what I mean? And you can't, you know, you get to have a moment of, you know, where your mind is not there, but you got to get it back quickly.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could be like, you know, obviously we understand that, you know, the shock catches you off guard, but once you realize where you at and what's going on, you got to man up.
Okay, I got a scripture for you. This is 2 Maccabees 6. I'm going to start at about 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes and aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
What's that, 2 Maccabees?
Yeah, 2 Maccabees 6 and 18. This is the account of the old man that was 90 years old,
Right.
Eleazar. Okay, but he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such abomination, spitting forth, and came of his own accord to the torment. So Eleazar said, I'm not eating no motherfucking pork. So for you motherfuckers out there that want to think that, man, we can pray over it. Ain't that what it said in Acts? And this, that, and the other. No, you can't pray over an abominable food and make it righteous. Right. No, you can't do that. So all that shit that they teaching you up there in the fucking Christian Baptist churches and whatnot, talking about, oh, like you said, at the Passover or the Christmas fest and whatnot. Right. We got a ham dinner downstairs for $12.
With the extra pop in it.
Right. And yes, the green was cooked with hog maws, so you got that down home flavor in it.
Exactly, extra glaze. Wicked ass nigga.
Pork on pork.
Whoa.
Right.
I got one for you.
One finish, okay. Okay, the eat swine flesh. But he choosing rather to die glorious than than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came to his own accord. So, like you said, you got to have that mindset to say, you know what, fuck this and everything else. We're not going this route.
Right.
As it behooves them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. So his resolute, his mind was made up, as they say, his mind was made up. His mind was absolute in the fact that he is not going to do this abominable thing that he know in the law itself says not to do.
That's right.
Okay. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast for the old acquaintance that they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make it as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. So, hey man, you can bring chicken.
Right.
You can bring some chicken. Hey, that's the other, pork is the, what was the commercial years ago? Pork is the other white meat.
The other white meat.
Okay,
right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Pork is the other white.
yeah, that's what that was a commercial, animal.
Right, exactly. No, that's a commercial.
That was a commercial. Pork is the other white meat. So, man, you can bring some chicken. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell the difference between what that looked like and what this looked like from way out there.
Right.
Well, now so you can take that and this is pork, even though it's chicken, and eat it and make everybody go off.
Right.
He's like, no, I can't do that shit. So, okay. That in doing so, he might be delivered from death and from the old friendship with them and find favor. So they trying to tap into their so-called old friendship.
Right.
Okay. But he began to consider discreetly. So he was running this in his own mind. And he wasn't like the sons that came up and said, you got no place in the resurrection,
right.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
He did it so he soft pedaled it a little bit.
Right.
He said, but then he began to consider discreet and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereupon was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by Yahweh. Therefore, he answered accordingly and willed them straight away to send him to the grave. Man, I ain't doing this, so y'all can just go on and snuff me out. I'm old anyway. I ain't
right.
no use. I ain't no value to you. Okay? For it becometh not of our age, said he, in any wise to disassemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years and 10, so a score is 20, 4 of them make it 80, and he got 10. So he's 90 years old. We're now gone to a strange religion. So, so they thinking that, damn, they eating swine flesh, but Eleazar is with it. Right. So we can get down like that because, we know he won't go off. Eleazar, I'm not gonna trick them like that. So his mind was made up. Yeah. We back to that. Your mind has got to get made up that you're not going to do this. For it becomes okay. So they through mind hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me and get a stain to my old age and make it abominable. For the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet I should not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. So he realized that this thing goes beyond the grave.
That's right.
Okay, he understood this goes beyond the grave. So you got to take that into consideration when you're dealing with this, that this is beyond the grave. Yeah. The Lord tells you, don't fear the man that can destroy the body, but fear the Lord that can destroy the man and the spirit. Now he won't just destroy the body. He can destroy your spirit. But what he'll do is he'll bring your ass back fucked up, like a penguin man that had his hands coming out of his shoulders. Go ahead, y'all.
I got one for you. This 1 Peter 1:13. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is brought upon you at the revelation of Yahawashi. So we got to gird up our mind to endure the things that to come.
So you about to get your mind. You about to get your mind right and get it to understand that. What did Job say? Even though he slay me,
Yet, though you slay me, yet will I trust in you. Oh, it's beautiful.
And this how you do it. It say verse 14, and that's a beautiful scripture because Job knew even if you kill me, I'm still gonna serve you.
Yeah.
And that's just how
That's how you-
Zion just did, man.
exactly.
That's the mindset you gotta have.
That's the brothers.
Yeah.
That's the 6 brothers that went through it. That was the
Holy children.
that was the 3 holy children. That was Daniel going to the lions den.
Mhm.
So, and the scriptures. Y'all go ahead on. I'm gonna get this script. I'm gonna get the next.
It say, as obedience children, not fashion with yourself according to the form of lust and your ignorancy. So we're not supposed to go back into the world.
Yep.
Because going back into the world make us weak.
That's right.
Being in this world make you weak, man.
Right.
Because nothing in this world gonna be able to pull you out except the truth.
Right.
Unless you're going with the Lord. The Lord make you strong, man. It say, but as we which have called you in holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, meaning in your conduct. So you're gonna be separate from the world. And your conduct is what's gonna build you up to be the character you is today to stand in today's world.
I got scripture for you. This is Ecclesiastes 2:10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's what. Yeah. That's get. This is Sirach 2:10. So you got to absolutely have him as your cornerstone. Your whole faith has got to be on Yahweh Shai. If you think you got it, you gone. Okay? So if you think you got it, you gone. You already lost.
Yep.
Because your salvation can't come through you. You can't save yourself.
That's right.
You ain't and you definitely ain't gonna be able to prevent what's been ordained to come your way in that day to not happen.
That's right.
Like that movie Final Destination.
Right.
Hey, you can run, but you sure can't hide.
Okay.
It's go get you. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Young Smith.
I ain't got no.
Okay.
Go down.
So then. So hey, we hope that was enlightening for you to understand and sending out an exhortation to stand strong in this truth because that your reward comes with it.
That's right.
Okay. So with that, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, and Kakwadash, to the apostles and the elders of GMS out of New York, the elder bishops out of Connecticut. Again, double honors because they do rule well. For the brethren around the world, push this truth uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people and the planet. We send a hearty salutations. So for all of the hopeful elect, we send a hearty shalom, and for the rest of the world, a Abba Ball.
Above all.